In this video, I'm going to share with you the different types of SEO strategies and practices that you should know and understand in order to determine which one to use for your website to increase organic traffic and drive more high quality leads for your business. Keep watching. Hey, what's up marketers? I'm Eduard Dziak from b2bdigitalmarketers.com, the place where you can learn how to level up your digital marketing effectively without spending money on marketing agencies. And in today's video, you will learn the different types of SEO strategies and practices that you should use and also those that you shouldn't use for your website to not get penalized by Google or other search engines. So, if you find this video valuable, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and leave a comment below to help me with the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's get started with the first SEO category. The first SEO category that I want to talk about is the different types of SEO practices used by SEO marketers to achieve certain objectives. This category represents how you can approach your SEO strategy. And rather than focusing on strategies, we will be talking about the different practices that you should or should not use for your website. Because often people tend to think of SEO as just stuffing keywords everywhere, so you can start ranking for relevant search terms. However, it is much more complicated, and only practicing one single type of SEO strategy will not get you in the first place on Google. And almost certainly you will not be driving a lot of organic traffic to your website. Also, understanding the different SEO practices will help you if you are hiring an SEO agency. So you can avoid those that are using bad SEO practices and hire those that use good SEO practices in order not to be penalized by Google. So, here are the 4 types of SEO practices to help you determine which types of SEO you should use and which types of SEO practices you should avoid for your website to improve your ranking and organic traffic. The first SEO practice, and arguably the most important, is whitehead SEO. What is whitehead SEO? In definition, whitehead SEO refers to using SEO practices that are aligned with Google-approved search engine and website optimization strategies in order to improve your search ranking on the search engine result page, while ensuring your website will not get penalized by search engines and maintain the integrity of your website. Following whitehead SEO almost guaranteed to not be penalized by any search engines, and you can drive a lot of organic traffic to your website. It helps to boost your ranking, and often if you follow only whitehead SEO strategies, then your ranking is more stable even after major search algorithm upgrades, which often can cut your organic traffic in half. Therefore, many serious SEOs and businesses choose only to do whitehead SEO strategies, as in the long run it drives better results and obviously it is safer for your business. However, if you choose only this type of SEO practice, then you should be also prepared that it will take some time to see positive results, and it can take almost 2 years to rank a new website in Google. Just according to Ahrefs study, the average time for a web page to get ranked number 1 in Google can take 2+ years. And it also depends on how well is your website established and what keyword you are targeting. So, it can take longer to see positive results from whitehead SEO strategies only. However, it is safe to say that if you do it well and long enough, then you can drive more leads and organic traffic with SEO than with any other marketing strategies. The second type of SEO practice is black hat SEO. So, you might already guess what is black hat SEO. However, let me put it in definition in case you don't. Black hat SEO refers to using SEO practices in order to increase website ranking, organic traffic, and its page rank to gain higher visibility on the search results as soon as possible. However, these practices are disapproved by the search engine's terms of service and can result in site being penalized or even removed from the search. So, one would think why somebody would use this SEO practice if it is not allowed and your website can get banned from search engines. Well, the thing is because people tend to search for getting rich or get results fast, and that's what black hat SEO practices kind of promises, at least temporarily. Also, doing black hat SEO is often much easier, as strategies like buying links, content automation, keyword stuffing, guest posting networks, private blog networks, and so on are very easy to do, and even easier with using platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, where you can just pay $5 and get it all done for you. However, because none of the black hat SEO strategies are honest and genuine and does not actually showcase any value, credibility, expertise, and trust of the website, Google and other search engines are taking the initiatives to prevent websites that use these strategies to appear in the search results. But because, as I said, black hat SEO strategies can bring quick results and are easy to do, still plenty of people and website owners decide to take the leap of faith and do black hat SEO practices, which can result in growing traffic until Google catches you. The third type of SEO practices is grey hat SEO. What is grey hat SEO practice, you may ask? Defining grey hat SEO can be quite challenging, as some say that grey hat SEO practice is something between white hat and black hat SEO practices. Others say that grey hat SEO is using SEO strategies that are ill-defined by search engines guidelines, thus people can argue about those. However, in my opinion, grey hat SEO practice is using ill-defined SEO practices and or also using some of the black hat SEO strategies together with white hat SEO strategies in order to boost your ranking in search engine result pages to achieve your goals faster while still stay relatively safe. And before you do anything, first you need to have a proper understanding of grey hat SEO and how it works. Because even if you are using white hat SEO strategies together with black hat SEO strategies, your site still can be penalized or even removed. However, experienced SEOs and SEO agencies understand that using grey hat SEO practices could improve your site ranking faster than just using white hat SEO practices without negative consequences of using black hat SEO practices. A great example of using grey hat SEO practice is creating money pages or product pages on your website and then buying links to increase the ranking of your web page for the targeted keyword. Because buying links that pass the link juice is prohibited by Google and your website can be penalized if you are doing this. However, in the recent Authority Hacker podcast, both Mark and Gail have agreed that paid links are just normalized a lot more than they were before because of Google's lack of action, and you can increase your standards of the ranking if smartly done. Either way, grey hat SEO practice is a lot more common nowadays as marketers can achieve better results and faster, yet still stay relatively safe from being penalized or banned. And the last one is negative SEO. And negative SEO is a malicious practice aimed at harming competitors or other people's website by hacking, creating toxic and spammy links, duplicating content, and posting negative reviews in order to hurt their rankings and online reputation. Unfortunately, this practice is a lot more common than you might think, and the chance that it might happen to you is quite big, especially when you start growing your website. And while negative SEO practice is basically a black hat SEO practice, and Google does have a lot of practice dealing with those, it can still hurt your website, and I recommend at least to check your backlinks regularly in case you have been hit by negative SEO. The easiest and most effective way of checking for toxic backlinks is using an SEO tool that regularly monitor backlinks point to your website. For example, you can use SE ranking and go into their backlink checker report and see referring domains for your website. And here you can sort the domains by the lowest domain trust or Alexa rank and go through the referring domains. Also, you can get additional information if you click on the domain, where you will get the exact URL of the backlinks with anchor text, target URL, and the type of backlink. And like this, you can go through the domains, and if you see any domain that does not seem legitimate, like for example this one, without SSL certificate, weird URL, duplicated content, and no domain trust or Alexa rank. And if you also visit the website and see clearly that the website is poor quality without any value, then you definitely don't want to have this website referring to your website. However, be careful, as some of the more sophisticated companies that do negative SEO may create a website that seems legit, so sometimes it can be hard to track it. So, if you find any link that you don't want to be pointed to your website, then you can use Google Disavow links to protect your website. And lastly, check the backlinks within your Google Search Console. Sometimes you can find very weird websites pointing to your website, something like this one. And this should protect your website from at least toxic backlinks used by your competitors or hackers that want to hurt your online presence. The second category of types of SEO is the types of SEO strategies that you can use in order to increase your ranking and organic traffic to your website. These types of SEO strategies are more likely categories that separate different SEO tactics used to achieve certain objectives or KPIs. And because SEO strategy has so many different parts and search engines use so many different ranking factors, for example, Google is using over 200 plus ranking factors, then just using a single type of SEO strategy is not enough to rank high in Google. So, as we go through the different types of SEO strategies, I will explain what they are, why you need them, and how you can use them for your website. So, here are the 4 types of SEO strategies that you should understand. The first type of SEO strategy that you must ensure that you have on your website is technical SEO. Technical SEO strategies refers to improving your website from the technical aspect in order to ensure that your website pages can deliver the right user experience across different devices and can be accessed by search engine bots to be discovered, crawled, and indexed. Also, it helps to improve your website ranking on the search engine result page. Technical SEO is very important, and it should be done as a first thing before you do anything else on your website. You want to prioritize your technical SEO first because it allows search engines like Google to crawl your website so it can find your valuable content. And apart from being discoverable by search engines, technical SEO helps also deliver the right user experience, which is becoming more and more important. Because Google does track user engagement metrics like average engagement time, revenue generated, sessions, user activity, scroll, and so much more, which allows them to learn whether your website satisfies the user's needs or not. So, whether you are starting a new website or already have one and want to make sure your technical SEO is up to date, then here are 7 most important technical SEO strategies you should focus on. Having SSL certification on your website. A responsive website for mobile, desktop, and tablet. Having XML sitemap on your website. Having robot text file on your website. Following Core Web Vitals performance recommendation. Apply the right schema markups. And avoid duplicated content on your website. Of course, there are more things you can do about your technical SEO, but I recommend you to do these first, as these will hurt your ranking the most. And luckily, you don't need to be an expert or a website developer to have your technical SEO done correctly. Most of the things are handled by CMS system like WordPress or HubSpot CMS and by the team developers. That's why it is so important to invest a little bit of money into high quality themes if you are using WordPress or other free CMS systems. I recommend using Elementor, Avada or Divi. You can find the links in the description. Also, to check your technical SEO, I recommend you to use SEO tools like SE Ranking that helps you to do technical SEO audit regularly. It monitors your site health and then shows you exactly where you are having issues and how to fix them. Like this, you can keep abreast with your technical SEO so you don't lose out on your organic traffic and ranking, and you don't have to manually check every single page every week. SE ranking will do it for you automatically every week or every day, depends how you set it up. It also shows you exactly what technical SEO issues you have on every single of your web page and then helps you to fix them. The next on our list of important types of SEO strategies is on-page SEO. On-page SEO strategy refers to improving your HTML and content of your individual web pages by applying some of the best practices that follow search engine guidelines in order to improve your ranking and earn more relevant traffic in search engines. Like every type of SEO strategy, even on-page SEO is important for your website to rank high in search engines result pages. It helps search engines like Google to analyze your website and the content you have there, so it can categorize it and then serve the content to the relevant search query. It is essential that you follow the latest on-page SEO strategies and practices so you can make your website visible to your users when they are searching for your information. However, as search engines algorithms are evolving, it is important to stay ahead with the on-page SEO strategies. SEO Ranking Website Audit helps you to apply the latest on-page SEO recommendation on your website. Apart from tracking your technical SEO, SEO Ranking will also show you on-page SEO issues such as title, description, textual content, internal links, and images. Also, SEO Ranking comes with a very useful feature called On-Page SEO Checker. It was developed to reveal errors that prevent certain pages from ranking high in SERPs. It evaluates a page to see how well it is optimized for a certain query, and then give you a complete list of errors regardless whether they are small or critical. Having a SEO tool that monitors your website is essential to keep your website health optimized and to prevent your website losing traffic. Definitely, you should consider using SEO tools for your website to help you with all of that. It will help you save ton of time, headaches, and helps you keep growing. And I'm not even talking about it is nearly impossible to check everything manually and having your site health optimized. So, my recommendation for website audit is SE Ranking. So if you want to give it a try for 14 days, check out my links in the description. The next type of SEO strategy that actually will bring you the organic traffic that you want is content creation. Content creation refers to processes of finding topics, which is also called keyword research, that your target audience is searching for, creating written or visual content based on the topics, and then publishing the content on your website for search engines to discover it, crawl it, index it, and serve it to your users when they are searching for it. Often, people tend to think that creating a website with a few pages should be enough to start generating organic traffic to your website. However, nothing could be further from true. Content creation is an essential strategy that will be driving you traffic and leads for your business, and without it, you cannot rank and bring organic traffic. However, you must remember that organic traffic doesn't pay the bills, and ultimately, you don't want to drive any organic traffic, but targeted and relevant to your business that can convert as leads and customers. So, to drive relevant organic traffic to your website, you must find out what is your target audience typing in the search engines to discover information about your products or services. And there are numerous ways how to find out, but the easiest and most effective way is to do keyword research based on your niche. And to do keyword research, you need to use a keyword research tool. If you have not subscribed to any, then I recommend using SE ranking. So, to find topics that my target audience is searching for, I start with some generic keywords that describe my products or services. Let's say I'm working for a SaaS company and selling a customer relationship management or CRM system, and I want to find topics for my product. So, I take the generic keyword that describes my product, which is CRM, and plug it into SE ranking keyword research tool. And like this, you can get easily thousands of keywords ideas that your target audience is searching for, along with additional helpful information. And from here, you can select the ones that most resonate with your business. But please be aware, this is not a complete guide on how to do keyword research. And if you want to learn more how to do keyword research for your business, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, because soon I'm releasing a keyword research tutorial. Alright, once you have the topics that your target audience is searching for, then you can start creating content on your website to start ranking for those keywords. However, to rank in top positions in Google, you must optimize your content and your pages with on-page SEO and technical SEO strategies, and do one more thing, which we are going to talk about right now. The next and last one, very important and often skipped type of SEO strategies to rank in top positions in Google is off-page SEO. Off-page SEO refers to tactics or strategies that take place outside of your website in order to increase your ranking and authority of your website. Unlike on-page SEO, where you focus on optimizing your pages and you have full control over it, off-page SEO often comes with collaboration with other websites or participating on social platforms, forums, and alike websites. Off-page SEO is very important for you if you want to rank in top positions in Google search pages, as Google is using a part of off-page SEO as a very strong ranking factor. This ranking factor is based on backlinks, which are links from one website to a page on another website. And Google is using this to understand the quality of a website and its content. And there are more off-page SEO strategies, such as backlinks, social shares, or brand searches. And all these are tracked by Google and considered when assessing your site for ranking. However, the most important are the backlinks, which according to 65% of digital marketers stated, getting backlinks is the hardest part of SEO. So, one of the best ways to find potential link building opportunities is to check backlinks of your direct competitors or established websites within your niche. And to do that, you can just take your competitor URL and put it in the SE ranking backlink checker. And you will get quickly a bunch of useful information about your competitor backlinks profile, such as the number of backlinks, referring domains, domain trust, and much more. And from here, you can assess your competitors' most linked, outdated content, create even better and up-to-date resources, and then reach out to the referring websites, offering them your resource as more relevant and valuable to their users. And this is just one example of how to do link building for your website, and there is so much more. So, if you want to learn more about it, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'm going to release a new video on how to use my favorite link building strategies to get backlinks for your website. And that's all from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something new. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and ask me any question you have about the type of SEO. By the way, check out all my links in the description for my favorite SEO and other tools that help me to drive great results. Ciao!